Hello, back again to do another unboxing and review. Today we're going to look at a Tabletop Surge Protector from General Electric. However, before we get to that, I thought I'd go through essentially what a surge protector is, how it works, how it differs from things that look like surge protectors, and some of the obvious advantages of wanting to use one. Now, in case you're already familiar with how the surge protectors work, and you just care to get straight to the unboxing and review, I'll put timestamps in this description, as always. Alright, now, let's talk quickly about a surge protector, and from the name, most people already know. I know what it does. It protects my stuff that I plug into it from surges in power. Well, yeah, you kind of gather that from the name. But what I've noticed with a couple, actually friends and some relatives, is that they think this is automatically a surge protector. You know, because, yeah, it looks like that strip where you plug all the stuff in. Well, not always, okay? This thing I'm holding right now is not a surge protector. It is a power strip. All that means is that you connect this to the wall, right? And then the electricity goes to all these different outlets, all right? And you can plug in different devices. That's all it does. It just splits the power. It makes it convenient to plug a lot of things into one spot. That's it. Now, what a surge protector does is it might have a configuration looking similar to this, but it actually has some we'll say some guts inside that actually do something more than just split the power between different outlets. So I made this little drawing here. And so what we have here is the outlet. Here's my really general what a surge protector inside might look like. And up here you have the device we're trying to protect, okay? So as we all know, you plug the surge protector into the wall and the electricity comes in. So what this device does is if the power voltage is normal, the electricity flows straight through and goes to one of the many devices you have plugged in here, maybe like your gaming PC. All right. However, if the voltage is too high, and hence we have too much current, these little, see these little circles, they're kind of circles with green lines. Well, what those are supposed to represent is an MOV, or a metal oxide varsitor. And what that does is, essentially it's a semiconductor, and when the voltage is too high, the resistance of these changes. Now, normally the resistance is very high in those, and so electricity does not pass through them. However, when the voltage is really high, they change their properties, and now they have actually very low resistance, and all that extra current can just go through here and go right out towards the ground, all right? So, therefore, saving your device from getting all that extra current and voltage. All right, and when the voltage goes back to normal, these again change to be high resistance and electricity flows straight through. Also, some of the better surge protectors have a fuse here. It's kind of like a second safeguard in case this fails. This will pop, and then, of course, all the electricity flow will be stopped, protecting your device. Okay, now this is one type of surge protector. There's other ones. Some use gas instead of these semiconductors. Some are series circuit versus this, which is a parallel circuit. But anyway, that's, I think, enough to get a general idea of what a surge protector is and why you should use one. Obviously, to protect your device. And remember, these surges, or sometimes called energy spikes, there's really no warning. When they come in nanoseconds. And yeah, so if you don't have it already in place, yeah, it's too late. By the time you even know something happened, it's way too late. Okay, so let's take a quick look around the box here. So we can see it says here, convenient slide-out tray secures your smartphone or tablet during charging, and outlets protect devices from harmful power surges. Okay, so it looks like we have 3 protected outlets plus 2 USB charging ports. We have a cord that's 6 foot long. Important here, the Joule protection rating, which is at 540. So that's good. I usually have 500 as being my cutoff. I mean, if it's not above 500, I don't even bother using it. I do make some exceptions for things like this. This is a little pocket surge protector, and this is only 300 and I think 50 or 330 volts. But again, I mean, this is it's easy to put in your pocket. But if you're gonna for your home where you don't need to have this to be so mobile, I would definitely go for 500 plus. Here is 2.1 amps. You have 10 watts, and you got a little picture. It looks like they're charging a smartphone there. I think there's the slide-out tray. It looks like you can charge a tablet. Flip it around here. They tell you about some possible uses. You can put it on your desktop, side tables, countertops, nightstands, etc. All right, rapid charging for smartphones and tablets. Probably going back to that 2.1 amps right there. And okay, some of the stuff that we've already talked about. However, I wanted to make sure to point out that much like almost any surge protector you're going to buy, this is not a lightning arrestor. So essentially that means if lightning strikes like right next to your house or into the power line right by your house, yeah, this isn't going to cut it. But then again, almost any surge protector is not going to be able to stop that. That's just too much, too quick. So anyway, all right, and then here I'll just read out some of the other ratings. So we know electrical ratings for 120 volts, of course, for U.S. market. All right, joule rating is 540. We already knew that. Voltage protection rating is 500 volts. So we have joule rating and voltage rating there. And, of course, USB is at 2.1. All right, on this side here, they kind of, okay, this is helpful. They show, like, the different views. So there it is, staying up in your counter. There it is with the tray pulled out, and that's the back. Also notice on the back here, I don't know if it's coming up, but we'll see it when I open it up. But they have one of the 3 outlets spaced. So if you have a big adapter, you should be able to at least plug it in and something else. Okay, so that's that. Again, for overall impressions of the package, it works. It's clean, and yeah, I mean, it doesn't exactly jump out at me, but then again, this is something that you kind of know. If you're looking for a surge protector, yeah, you're going there with a mission. You don't really need something to jump out at you and say, hey, come over here, because you should be already going there. All right, so, but there's one super important thing. I can't believe I almost forgot this, is on the bottom of the box, there it is, Underwriter's Laboratory. If you don't see that on a surge protector you're buying, just drop it and walk off and find something else. Basically, this gives us some assurance that the thing's actually been tested to do what it's supposed to do. I have seen surge protectors that did not have this, and you want to know what they were? Yes, that's right. They were just power strips, and then they would have names on them like Surge Master. So you would think it's a surge protector when all it is just BS marketing to get you to buy it, and then guess what happens when the surge happens? Yeah, everything you had connected gets fried, and then they'll say, "Oh well, that must have been a lightning strike, so we're not liable." So again, don't see Underwriter's Laboratory sticker. Sometimes it's like that. Other times, like where's that other one I had, the little surge protector? Here we go, right behind me. Here we go. So you see on this one has a cool little holographic little sticker, little rainbow type deal thing. So anyway, again, if you don't see that, don't even buy it. Okay, so with all that said, let's get to the unboxing here. And so it's closed by one of these little circle stickers. So I'll just go ahead and peel that off and open her up. Alright, so I got the sticker off the top here. And top. Okay. Alright, there's the main unit. What else do we have? Instructions. And yeah, that looks just to be a spacer in there. Alright, so here it is. First impressions. It's a little smaller than I thought it would be. But actually, now that I look at it, the picture here on the I guess I could have probably figured out the size relative to that smartphone there. But anyway, still, it's decent size. And let's go. We have a beefy cable here. So, of course, according to the box, that's supposed to be 6 foot long. I'll take the word for it. Let's look at the plug. Yep, there we go. 3-prong. And yeah, the cord feels very well insulated. So yeah, that should work quite nicely. Okay, back to the device up here. We have the 3 outlets on the back. There you go. So you can see the one spaced for the adapter, as I said earlier. So you should be able to get at least 2 things plugged in here, maybe 3 if you don't have any. Yeah, okay. And on the front, okay, there's no. I'm looking. Oh, there are the USB ports. And so since I know on some of these they have them separated, so you'll have like standard, and then another one will be 2.1 amps or what. They're both 2.1 amps since they're not demarked any different from one another. And on the bottom, see, okay, that's part of the slide, the tray that comes out. And also note there is no power or on button. Some of these, you plug everything in, then when you want it to work, you hit a button on top or whatever, and it, supplies power. This seems to be, if it's plugged in, it's supplying power. Okay, and let's do this tray deal here. Doesn't appear to be any release or anything, so I guess I just pull it out. Okay, so there it is. Now as far as that goes, this part here is it's plastic. It feels relatively sturdy. And of course, most of the weight will be leaning back up against the main unit, so this is just to stop it from sliding forward and having the phone or tablet fall on its back. So yeah, that'll do. And you see we have a simple kind of a slide in these two channels here. So yeah, it should suffice. And all right, so at this point I'm gonna go ahead and power it up. And all right, so here we have this thing powered up and charging my smartphone, my LG V20. The blue light up here is to indicate that the unit is protecting my device from surges. So if that blue light goes off for whatever reason, you know to throw the surge protector in the trash. Okay, now over here I have hooked up a diagnostic tool. It just runs in line with what you're charging here. So you can see that right now we're at 5.06 volts, which is standard for USB, of course. And then we have 0.33 amps. So yeah, and it's been charging a little bit, but it's been at this pretty much for the time since I've been charging. So far it looks good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take it out from the USB ports, and I'm going to go ahead and use this. Alright, so here we are charging the same phone. This time I'm using the fast charger supplied that came with the phone from LG. And you can see that, and we're using the outlets on the back of the surge protector. And so let's look. The numbers have changed. So we're at 6.39 volts. So that is, let's see, I had 506 before, so that therefore we're over a whole volt up. So about a volt, about 1.3 volts higher. And then for the amps, we have 76, as before it was 0.33. So I guess what all this is supposed to show us is that using the fast charger, by using the outlet supplied, I'm able to use my fast charger, and it is in fact charging my phone faster than when I plugged it into the supplied USB ports on the side. So long way around to saying that things are working the way they're supposed to. Alright, so here we are charging my tablet. It's a 7-inch tablet. And if you come down here again to the diagnostic tool, so if you see over here, voltage is at 5.07, 5.08, so that's right along where the smartphone was. The amps are up to 0.76. Actually, that just changed recently. It was at 1 point something amps before I got the camera going again. So yeah, so anyways, the tablet is taking a little more current than the smartphone was using the USB supplied ports there. So, alright. But, let's talk about the fact that the tray actually seems to work. As you can see, I kind of have this thing propped up on a container here, so if the stand did not work, the tablet would have already fallen out onto the ground, which has not happened. So, yeah, the stand works. Alright, I include this just to show that the tool's working correctly. As you can see, it's coming out, but I have this connected to nothing. It's not connected to the tablet, and you can see our amps are down to 0. So there's no flow, even though there's voltage being supplied out of the port. So yeah. Alright, so for my next test, I got quite a few things plugged in here. So as you can see, we got the tablet charging again. since that seems to be the most demanding device I got out here right now. So you can see it's charging at 1.04 amps there, and again 506 on the voltage, so that's staying steady. Good. So anyway, so the tablet's charging. You can also see that I have two other things plugged in here. This one right closest to us here is charging that DVR over there, and you can see at the far end I got another thing plugged in, and that's the lamp here. So yeah, bright. Okay, so with all this going on simultaneously here, I'll try to see if we can still get it. You can see that the tablet is still charging at 1.04 amps. So it's able to multitask, which it should with all the outlet options. Alright, so now that we've had a few tests done on this, I thought I'd come back and say how it is to use on a daily basis. Now, with that being said, I must make the disclaimer that I've only used this for not even a day. So if there's some long-term issues that may happen, like 3 months later the tray doesn't go in straight or whatever, I can't speak to that. So far it looks like it'll hold up, but if you should run into issues, at least this charger comes from a company such as General Electric, which is relatively big and well established, and they also have customer service numbers down here. I'm looking at the instruction manual. So if something should go wrong, there's at least somebody to talk to about that. Okay, now let's get into how it is to use. To do that, I'm going to bring in the charger that I've been using up to now, which is this one. And I'm not going to go too much into this, but this is one from Sharper Image. It's around the same price point, tries to do essentially the same thing. This one has the feature that these light up, these uprights light up, and it does look really cool. I love LED lights, so yeah, pretty. But this one seemed to be more focused on being a display, because when it came to charging and doing the surge protecting, which is let's face it, the important part, this one only had 3 ports there, and you see 2 of them are at to 2.1 amps, and the third is at 1 amp only. So this obviously over here trumps that, because, well, you can do 5 things, right? 2 here and 3 in the back. So yes. Also, this one has better, when it comes to surge protection, this has protection, as we know, of 540, as where something like this only had 400. So, and also if we look at the plugs, the 3-prong from this GE one, from the Sharper Image, you just have a 2. I think there are some things that could have been better on this unit, however, and there's 2 points I bring up. First of all, this tray, yeah. It may work. It's worked so far. As you saw, my tablet didn't fall down, nor my phone. However, when you pull this out and it does this, and again, this isn't broken or anything, it's just the way it is, it kind of makes you feel like, maybe this is kind of maybe it's cheap. Alright? And that's not something you want to have if your product actually does a good job, because, yeah, you don't want people to doubt it. Now, I think they could have done this better. Maybe have like a metal frame, so instead of this being all plastic, maybe this tray being like aluminum or something. So at least when you pulled it out, it felt more substantial. Along the lines of this tray, these inside here, this could be lined with some kind of foam pad, much like the, on the bottom of the device. Well, here you see we have that here so that it doesn't scratch your furniture as you move it across your table. Why couldn't they put some in there? Now the other comes down to the light. It's actually important. Yes, on this one it might have been primarily decoration, but on this one here, this is telling you that your devices are protected. Now when you have a phone in there, great, you can still see it. When you have a tablet, however, the tablet is up to here, maybe even higher, this is completely covered. So you don't know if this is actually protecting your devices. I think a very clever solution would have been had they run an LED out to the front here, because no matter how big of a tablet you have in there, this is always going to be in the front. So if the light was there, you'd always know, oh, it's protected. It looks like it'll get the job done. It feels to be a little more focused on surge protection, and because of that, I definitely think it's worth picking one up. It's nothing world new or revolutionary, but this needs to do a task, and it looks like it can do it. So that's the important thing.